Hey everybody, welcome back to Classic Mercedes with Pierre Hedary. And we're going to talk today about subframe mounts on cars like the W108, 109, 111, 113, 112, 110. I think you guys understand. So this video is to help you identify when your subframe mounts are broken, and it's going to go into a brief discussion of what's involved with the job. Anyway, hang on to your hats because we're about to do something really exciting. Illumination. All right, so this beautiful 1967 250 SE is suffering from a problem that a lot of classic Mercedes are suffering from, and that's bad subframe mounts. So as you can see, this subframe mount is separated because you have the sort of brass coning looking thing hanging way out of the rubber mount itself. These two should actually be together, and the subframe should be sitting up about 1.5 inches higher in the car. And if you go to the other side, the driver's side, it's actually worse. You can see the way that the rubber mount, you can see how the rubber mount has sort of been eaten out by the metal cone. So when you replace these, a lot of people talk about, oh, I can just pry the whole subframe down. Well, sure you can, but is that the right way to do it? And there are other things shouldn't there be other things you're taking care of on your car? I think so. So you may need shock absorbers like this car needs. So we're going to do those, and sway bar bushings, because it's hard to see, but they're starting to develop little hairline cracks in them. And then there are these bushings, the front subframe mounting bushings that also go bad and collapse. And when you look at these inside, you'll find that they were egg-shaped from day one, but the egg shaping gets worse over time. And then finally, if you go back here, this stabilizer bar has two little $6 bushings in it, and from the subframe beating on it, you can tell that this is, instead of being straight, it's hanging down in the middle. Anyway, when you replace the subframe, you also have to, when you pull the subframe out, you also have to do something about the motor mounts. You actually have to unbolt the motor mounts, which are up here, because they usually collapse. In this case, these are not as bad as some of the mounts I've seen, but it's still a good idea. Because what you want to do is you want to drop the whole subframe. Some additional stuff that will have to be removed are this parking brake cable, this tie rod connection here, you just unbolt them, and this one's actually missing a cotter pin, so that's dangerous. But you unbolt this connection and you separate the tie rods, and then at the end of it, you can drop the entire subframe down in the ground and deal with any grease fittings that are clogged, because that's almost happening daily to us. And you could do any under the engine service that you need to do as well, which if you're working on a V8 car is absolutely critical. So I hope you enjoyed this brief examination of what is involved with bad front subframe mounts. This is a common problem, so if you haven't checked these on any Mercedes like this, a 108 or 109 or 111, etc., you should do it immediately, because you could be driving with a detached front subframe that's doing whatever it wants to do. Enjoy this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Please tap the bell for notifications, and please leave your comments below, and enjoy working on and diagnosing your Mercedes Benz.